welcome back, Beowulf Nation. I'm Beowulf back at it with another video. Now, if you haven't seen my last video, I just picked up a 2017 Kawasaki SXR stand-up jet ski. There's some areas where the paint needs to be a little paint corrected. I think there's a lot you can enhance the black in here. I already had the cover popped off. I had to do a trickle charger on the battery, but I want to detail it first. I got the lid right over there. I'm going to put that back on once I get into that area, but I kind of really want to clean up in these areas. And then it's an easier way to work with this ski pole to kind of get detailing all of this to get it shine. Because it can get a little bit better, and that's what my goal is. Some of the products I use, they're actually on my Amazon store. That's amazon.com/shop/IamBeowulf that you can pick up any of these. And there's a whole kit that it comes with everything, with like one of those buckets and a bunch of other stuff. So this is kind of what I'm going to do. I'm going to probably first start with, these are safe with gel coat, which is awesome, and fiberglass. Probably going to start with the polish and sealant and then go with the wax, is what my plan is to do. And at the end, then do the hybrid shine to clean it up. But this is pretty much a pretty basic video, and it's probably easier to show you guys doing this than with my sit-down jet skis. Is that with the trailer you can't really get in there, so you'd have to have one off to really get into some of these tight areas, or you have to be laying on the ground. This gets you guys good idea. And what I think I'm gonna do at the end of the video too, as you can see, is somebody tried doing that's the factory bunk. They had to modify it to get this to fit. So there's a lot of excess fabric. I'm gonna use my staple gun and kind of fold this up and tidy this more up, where it just looks a little bit more cleaner, and staple it in, because that's the one thing that's kind of driving me crazy with that. I'll do it in the end of this video to kind of show you guys, because there's probably some material I probably would cut out, but then get it kind of going. But it just shows how hard it is to get these things on a trailer correctly. So I'm going to kind of customize that too, because this is, I don't like this. This is not acceptable for how I like to roll. And it's nice that it's there, and it's really hard with these stand-ups to find the right trailer to have them fit. Ideally, I like to pick up a Triton Elite trailer for this. But I'm not going to be traveling really far, so this is better than no trailer. It's not smaller like a super jet where you could have your truck bed. You have a trailer hitch, and there's like hitches that can hold these on the back. This thing's pretty long, as you can tell. It's nearly the length of a sit-down jet ski, so they are pretty big. Powered by the Kawasaki Ninja engine. This is definitely, I haven't ridden it yet, so this is my first stand-up jet ski, and I'm excited. But I want to get it all looking real nice. If you haven't seen my last video, there were some stickers that were on this when I purchased it. I really want to get the residue off of what that is, and you can almost tell the difference in white. I don't know if the camera, let me get, if the camera could do justice. That's why I'm in this part of my garage, just because I had the best LED lighting in here. But I don't know if the camera shows it, but right in here is one color white, and this is the color of what it is. So this is what the original was, and I can tell a difference. I don't think the camera does. So let's start getting going with getting this thing all detailed. Alright, so I already applied the polish top and bottom on the right side of the ski. As you can kind of see the little glaze that's going. Now the next step is doing the other side, which I'll show you guys what to do. Now you have like the polish. You don't want to go crazy, you don't want to go too little. I kind of do like this. It is probably a little bit too much, but I'd rather get it really good than not good enough. I actually used to own a detailing business back in the day. I don't do that for a living, but a long time ago I did. And I used to wash cars, and yeah, It was definitely a fun thing. I used to wash my own cars all the time. Literally never liked them getting dirty, and everything always had to look perfect. So then you just kind of want to do a circular motion. Also too, it's kind of hard when you get in some of these other areas. You kind of want to use this sponge and get in some of these tighter areas to get the polish in there. And the good thing is when you put a little bit more, then when you come back kind of more in the center part, and you got plenty of polish to get everywhere instead of keep on applying it. My goal is that area where it looks really scratched up, hopefully that'll buff out. So then we get in like these tighter areas. Then what I'm going to do is use the wax on the other side. So I'm going to still use the same one. I'm going to put a little bit more polish on to get the underside of the left side. Put a little bit more than needed. Also another technique, kind of blot it a little bit so you have kind of spread it out. The biggest area is going to be right up in here. The harder areas is when it gets real tight. How you're gonna get in there. All right, so we got that side done. Gonna let it sit, and then I'm gonna use this other thing to kind of buff it out. I have one of these little pads right here, and then gonna hook it to my drill and just kind of get a good polish going on this. All right, now I'm gonna buff with the polisher. Kind of polish this before taking the polish off. Just hold it like this. Don't press too hard. Don't. Now I've already done the other side, but so far it looks like I got that mark up almost all the way out. Not as bad as it was before. All right, so that's as good as I can get on the lower side without using towel. So you use one of these to wipe it off. All right, getting this side. Oh, it looks like it got pretty good cleaning it off. All right, so the next step is doing a wax. Already did this side. Now I'm doing the other side where it's more lit. Start with this amount. Alright, so I did this part up here. Out to the pull down to get down in that tighter area. Now it's got to do the lower part. All right, now I'm gonna buff this side. Wet. Alright, as much as I can buff with that, time to use this. This is best to show kind of what it looked like before doing any of the polish or waxing. I don't know if you can really see a difference with the lighting. But time to I did the polish on the other side, now put it on this side. All right, time to get polish it right here. Alright, almost all done. Got the last part already waxed. Gonna take it and buff it out and then wipe it down. But it's looking good. Man, happy. Alright, so this is like a quick detailer for boat, safe with a gel coat. So I already did the whole wax polish. This is just gonna go through and just get any areas I might have missed. Kind of like in there, just whatnot, just give it a one through. With it, you could spray it all at once or in little sections. I might just do it and spray it all at once so you just guys get an idea of what you have to do. If you overspray onto the other side, just make sure you go, you don't have to go crazy with this stuff. Sorry, so we got that. Now, what I do is I use a different towel for every different thing I'm doing. So this is a bigger towel I'm using. It's sold by chemical guys. So you just basically kind of give it a wipe down. If you're familiar with cars doing quick detailing, it's kind of the same thing. I'm really happy how this got that mark out right there. It was probably the most noticeable thing. It's really nice to get this thing looking like the day it was bought. But for a used machine, I mean, this thing looks brand spanking new. Very happy with that. Very, very happy. So I've already done the other side already, so I just saved this side last. So I'm just gonna go through some areas I've already wiped. Just make sure I get this all. Definitely on my list is to be picking up a cover for this, just to make sure it kind of just always staying really nice, clean. The hard thing when you have like anything that's black, it's hard to keep it clean, you know, dust, whatnot. This is really good, I can tell, with water spots, which I can tell you some black cars are literally a nightmare to have if they have a lot of water spots. So then you got to clean underneath this area. This is your little storage area, the only storage you have. So I just want to make sure I get all that. It was real dirty underneath when I picked it up. You could tell like these things might have been cleaned a couple of times, but not by somebody who knows how to detail. And I hope this helps people too when you have a machine. And they also say this stuff is really safe, being in the water, being marine grade. So that's also a nice thing that they take in effect with that, with their product that they sell. The hardest area is these really tight corners where you can't really reach, or the only way you're gonna get the way underneath is actually climbing underneath. I don't have to do that today, probably in the future. Alright, so you got it underneath now. That looks nice. Now I'm gonna let the pull down to clean all that area. It's pretty neat how you do that. See if I can do it one-handed. So there's that little pin. Pull that underneath like so. And this thing just comes straight down like that. So I didn't keep dropping up and down when I was doing each thing because this is definitely an area that I did not hit. But it's not as noticeable. You can tell it's a little dirtier. And that's how you wax, polish, detail, color correction a jet ski. Man, it looks really nice. I'm telling you, really, yeah, you can still, let me check. Can the camera see it? The camera can see it, but I'm telling you, it's not as bad. And probably down the road doing another wax and polish, probably could fully get it off. But I mean, the thing looks brand spanking new. Man, looks really nice. But as you can see, I cut down a lot of the carpet with this. Like I said in the past video and in this video, these aren't the factory bunks. The previous owner added this. That's the factory ones. Added this to actually have this stand up fit on the trailer. So there was all this excess carpet. I cut it down. I have an air staple gun. Stainless steel staples, so I cut down material, got it as, you know, as clean as it's gonna get with it not having all this excess material hanging off. Also, there was a bunch up front, and it looks a lot more tidier in there. So it just didn't look like just like carpet was just laid with it. So next step is got to hook up the battery tender with the trickle charger, because the battery, when I purchased this, the battery was low, really low. They had to jump start it to get it started. So I have a battery tender. I've done already, in the past video I talked about, I got it started. I had the water line connected because it has open loop cooling. Let it run. I think the last I looked, the battery was at 80%. Let's put it at 100%. So my goal is to go riding tomorrow. So if everything looks all set, I'm ready to ride. This is to show you guys too also how you open it. So you just pull this up. There's a lot. It's just a little pin. Put the pin. Like so. It's already unlocked. Gotta give it a little pry. A little loose. They got a little handle thing here. Take that. Just set it right here. Ta-da! That is how you open it up. Alright, so got the trickle charger on. It says at 40%, so hopefully by morning this thing's fully charged up, ready to rock and roll. I can go riding, ride this thing for the first time. Really excited.